Article from NPR. Kyle Rittenhouse, accused Kenosha shooter, won't face gun charges in Illinois. The white teenager accused of fatally shooting two demonstrators, and well, he obviously did it. There's not him being accused. It's he did actually shoot those people. We have videos, and nobody's contesting it. It's not. It's been verified as much as you can verify anything, and injuring a third in Wisconsin in August will not be charged with gun crimes in his home state, an Illinois state prosecutor announced. Kyle Rittenhouse, 17, faces 6 criminal counts in Washington, including first-degree intentional homicide. He, it's not allegedly, he did use an AR-15 style rifle during protest in Kenosha, Wisconsin. You're supposed to say allegedly if it has not been verified. And the way that you verify it in the journalistic world is you call one of their people. If it hasn't been studied in detail, and the videos have been shown to be, this is the key, is it's just like if you go into court, if you try to present a video, it has to be a video that you took, or you have to bring in the person into the courtroom who took the video. You can't just take a video from YouTube and bring it into a courtroom, and then the court will accept it as true. You have to have some verification behind the video, as in somebody who witnessed the event. In this case, the verification that has gone through, we know that the videos exist. They've been verified. This is beyond, this is clear and convincing that the videos are authentic and that he did use an AR-15 style rifle during the Kenosha race riots that erupted after the police shooting of the alleged rapist, Jacob Blake, because we are taking his girlfriend's word for it that he raped her. Lake County, Illinois State Attorney Michael Neerham's office said in a statement that investigation conducted by local police revealed the gun used in the Kenosha race riots shooting was purchased and stored and used in Wisconsin. Additionally, there's no evidence the gun was ever physically possessed by Kyle Rittenhouse in Illinois, and, quote, the state attorney's office added. So they just assumed that he had done this crime without actually having the gun. This is great. This was a political prosecution through and through. Obviously, watching the videotape evidence, they had enough to show that the other people were attacking him and that he was defending himself. And they didn't press charges till later. I think other people showed up and demonstrated. Maybe they wrote some letters or something to the DA. I can't remember exactly how it happened. And then they politically prosecuted Rittenhouse. But initially, I mean, it's always been clear and cut from the beginning that this was a self-defense thing. The only people who think it wasn't a self-defense thing are politically motivated. Because the videos are obviously show a dude with a gun that got his arm blown off. He had a gun in his hand. He's not denying this. There's no allegedly about this. The video shows the gun. He doesn't deny it. It's been verified. Police in Antioch, Illinois, led the investigation. Antioch is Rittenhouse's hometown, which is located about 15 miles southwest of Kenosha. The Lake County statement did not provide any details about who may have possessed the gun or where it currently is. Little is publicly known about the firearms history, as Chicago Tribune points out, so it's unclear if the teenager or another person would have faced charges in Illinois if investigators had determined Rittenhouse had possession of the gun inside of state lines. An attorney for Rittenhouse had previously said his client never had possession of the gun outside of Wisconsin. really, they should have checked that before they charged him. I mean, that's just frustrating. Quote, Kyle did not carry a gun across state lines, end quote, Lynn Wood said in a tweet. Quote, the gun belonged to his friend, a Wisconsin resident. The gun never left the state of Wisconsin. Truth always prevails, end quote. No, it doesn't. That's not actually true. You're dealing with imperfect court systems. Truth oftentimes does not prevail, especially if you piss off the judge. Ahead of a court appearance earlier this month, Rittenhouse was joined via video link. His legal team submitted a court filing, suggested that he was a patriot, and was only at demonstrations to provide medical assistance while he carried a rifle or for self-defense. Chicago NPR member station WBEZ reports Rittenhouse, a staunch supporter of Blue Lives Matter movement, is said to have traveled to Kenosha to join militiamen who purported to be there to assist the state and local law enforcement to protect property from being destroyed amid the race riots. And definitely property was getting destroyed, so his assumption was correct. Did they need these people to protect the places? Did they actually protect the places? I don't think so. I'm not a big fan of us lying over dead and or lying over and playing dead and just allowing race riots to go on. We have the Second Amendment because militias are the necessity of a free state. I strongly disagree with the inability to coordinate militias online. It seems like if you can coordinate a race riot on Facebook or a quote-unquote protest, then you should be a militia is identical to any other protest movement. It's still freedom of assembly. Then you have the right to bear those arms, and they are a necessity of the free state because law and order breaks down. In the Kenosha race riots, law and order broke down. The police could not help you. The only way that you would be able to help yourself is with the Second Amendment, because when you have a mob of people, they will come and they'll gang beat you and probably kill you and take your stuff, because these people are not good people who are rioting. I don't think that they should ban militia groups. I think that they should ban people who are engaging in violence. If someone is engaging in some sort of cabal or like a plot like with that Michigan kidnapping plot of Governor Whitmer recently, it seems like that person should probably be suspended from social media for some period of time. But should they be permanently banned off of social media because of what they did? I think that people need to be on social media. When you ban somebody from social media from life, it's like taking somebody's driver's license away for life, causes permanent irreparable harm to that person. So it seems like a timeout maybe is where we should start. And if the timeouts don't work, then maybe we should ratchet up from there. A timeout is okay. I've been given timeouts on social media, and it wasn't a bad thing. Social media can be very addictive, so a timeout from social media is probably in your best interest. But with that said, they wield an ungodly amount of power over our political system. If they can bring race riots so they can get donations, they meaning Facebook, can get donations through the donation buttons on Facebook. A lot of it goes to Any Blue, the Democrat fundraising scam. And then they can organize race riots and show up with thousands of people, but you now no longer have any sort of ability to organize defense from that. So, what's the point of having a Second Amendment if you can't exercise it? These people, they're also censoring stuff with Section 230 unlawfully. Section 230 requires that to get Section 230 publisher platform protections, you have to censor you have to edit everything to ensure that there is no tort offenses that can be filed from publishing that content. For example, if you are a publisher of a book, it is your duty to go through and ensure that there's no copyrighted content that you can be sued for if you publish that content, because you're the publisher. You are now the speaker of that content. It's not just that somebody else was the speaker of that free speech. Whenever you published it, it became your speech under the United States legal system. Section 230, that says that the internet providers can't possibly moderate all this stuff to make sure that there's copyright law that apply, like it can, everything, nothing violates the copyright laws. And then also like other harmful behaviors such as harassment, distribution of pornography to children, which is illegal in the American legal system. It's called an obscenity. So Section 230, what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to not censor any of it because they can't possibly censor it all. But one particular court case, the court has actually ruled that a website owner was not able to get the Section 230 platform protections because she edited some of the content, because she said she had a family-friendly website. And because she edited some of the content, it means that she did not have the Section 230 protections. But the big tech companies have been getting away with this unchecked, and they absolutely didn't have legal authority to censor our speech at all. So whenever we censor these, what article are we talking about? Whenever we censor these militia groups, don't allow them to organize online, you've become a editor of the speech. You no longer become just a bookstore where you're selling a book. You become the author of the book whenever you edit the speech. And so whenever you prevent militia members from organizing on Facebook, it's functionally identical to censoring their speech because you don't like their political message. And when you do that, you become a publisher and not a platform under Section 230 in the U.S. legal system. Reading on in this article. Oh, well, I think we've pretty much gone through most of this article. What else is there? One more little thing tacked on to the end of this. Next article from Daily Mail. God is on your side. Christian crowdfunding site raises over $500,000 for Kyle Rittenhouse, with donors describing him as, quote, an American hero acting in self-defense, end quote, when he was shot and killed 2 protesters in Kenosha. I was actually suspended off of Twitter for saying the exact same thing about Kyle Rittenhouse, because I believe that he acted in self-defense and that he was working in the capacity of a militia to protect the United States when we were in a time when the crime was so bad that the police weren't able to help us. And in that capacity, he was acting as an EMT to help wounded people. And he was also acted in the capacity of a militia member. And for that, I believe that that statement is true. I was suspended for that on Twitter. I would like to sue them for that. It actually caused me a lot of damages. Is there anything else interesting about that? Rittenhouse is currently being held in an Illinois prison due to return to court on October 9th. So I guess that was 9 days ago. His attorney says that Rittenhouse acted in self-defense, has portrayed him as a courageous patriot who's exercising his right to bear arms. Thousands of Americans have now donated to the Christian fundraiser for Rittenhouse, set up on the website Give, Send, Go. Additionally, another fundraiser has raised more than $2 million for the team. Wow. Woo! Well, he's raking in the bank. Damn, that's almost as much of a score as George Floyd got from his GoFund, or his family got. like over $4 million from their GoFundMe scam, trying to say that George Floyd didn't die from a fentanyl overdose. Give me a break, dude. I'm not dumb. I can read a toxicology report.